The TSA is testing facial recognition technology at some airports. The system checks to make sure the person at the airport matches the ID they present for scanning and that the ID is real.
Imagine this. You arrive at the airport, early, calm, ready to fly. You've got your paid ticket, your ID, even your printed boarding pass. And then someone at the gate looks at you and says, "Sorry, you can't board this flight." What? You paid for the ticket. You did everything right. But somehow, you're being denied. Sounds like a nightmare? It's not. It's happening right now in U.S. airports. Travelers with paid tickets are being denied, not because they're late, not because they forgot something, not because of bad behavior, but because of something worse. New airport rules you've never even heard of. These rules are silent. They don't show up in bold red letters when you book. Nobody tells you. You only find out when it's too late. Your paid ticket? It's not a guarantee anymore. It's just a maybe. And if you don't understand these new systems, you could lose your flight, your money, maybe even your entire vacation. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what's going on, why passengers just like you are being denied, and how you can protect yourself before it happens to you. We'll break down the new airport rules, the digital traps, the hidden fees, the facial scans, the no-seat trick, and most importantly, what you can do to fight back, plan smart, and not fall for it. You deserve to fly without fear. You paid for your seat. You deserve to sit in it. So before we dive in, tap that like button. Share this with someone who flies often, and subscribe, because this info might just save your next trip. Let's get started. Because you need to know this right now. You bought the ticket. You got the confirmation. You even printed your itinerary just in case. But when you get to the airport, something goes wrong. The app freezes. Your phone dies. The gate agent looks at you and says, "Sorry, we can't verify your boarding pass." Wait, what? This is not science fiction. It's happening right now to travelers with paid tickets. Let me say that again. People are being denied at the gate because their phones didn't work. No backup, no help. Just sorry. Next. Airports have gone digital, and I mean everything. Boarding passes, digital. Check-in, digital. Even your ID, digital. It sounds futuristic, but here's the trap. Not everyone is ready. Your grandma flying to visit her grandkids, the guy next to you who barely uses his phone, people who don't have the latest iPhone with facial recognition, they are being left behind. And here's the worst part. The airline assumes it's your fault. Didn't download the app in time? Didn't know how to scan the digital QR code? Didn't charge your phone? Too bad. One woman shared her story. She missed a $680 flight to New York because her app crashed during check-in. The staff said, "If you don't have the app, you don't fly." She cried in the airport lobby. Nobody cared. This isn't just a glitch, it's a system-wide trap. A trap that punishes anyone who isn't tech-savvy, fast, or fully digital. And here's what hurts the most. You paid for that ticket. But now, that doesn't mean anything. The ticket doesn't get you on the plane. The technology does. If it fails, you fail. Feeling betrayed? Confused? Helpless? You're not alone. So what can you do? First, always print your boarding pass no matter what the app says. Second, travel with a power bank. Keep that phone alive. Third, if you're not tech savvy, travel with someone who is. Seriously. Because the airlines have already decided. They're not going back to paper. They're not waiting for you to catch up. And they will not help if you fall behind. Coming up next, it gets even worse. What if your face is your new boarding pass and the system doesn't recognize you? Let's talk about that. You step up to the gate. No ID, no ticket, no boarding pass. Just your face. That's it. Welcome to the new world of biometric boarding. Sounds futuristic? It's not. It's here. And in many international airports, it's now mandatory. You don't even need to show anything. The camera looks at you. It scans your face. If the system says match, you're in. But if it doesn't, you're out. And that's where the nightmare begins. Because here's the truth no one talks about. These facial recognition systems aren't perfect. Not even close. They glitch. They misread. They fail. One woman posted, "The scanner didn't recognize me. They said I wasn't in the system. I had my passport, my ticket, everything. Still, they denied me." Imagine that. You're not just denied a flight. You're denied your own identity. That's the scariest part of these new airport rules. You're not a person anymore. You're a data point. And if that data point doesn't match, you disappear from the system. People are being rejected not because they did anything wrong, but because a camera said, "That's not you." Think about it. What if you just changed your hairstyle? What if you're tired, swollen, sick? What if you aged? Machines don't understand context. They don't know you. They only know algorithms. And here's the question. No one is answering. Who owns your face? Once that camera scans you, where does that data go? Airlines say they delete the images after 15 seconds. But really, can we trust that? Is it being stored, sold, leaked? Your face is now your passport. But if that system fails, you're not just grounded. You're erased. So what can you do? First, know your rights. In most U.S. airports, you can still ask for manual screening. You do not have to submit to facial scans unless you're traveling internationally through a specific system. Second, think twice before opting in to full biometric data storage. Read the fine print. Protect yourself, because the new airport rules aren't about helping you. They're about speeding up the line at your expense. Coming up, you thought having a ticket meant you had a seat? Think again. Let me show you the trick airlines are using to charge you. Even more. You did everything right. You bought your ticket. You showed up on time. You checked in. And yet, when you get to the gate, they say you don't have a seat. Wait. What? How is that even possible? You paid. You have the confirmation. You did what you were supposed to. But here's the trick. Unless you paid extra to choose your seat in advance, some airlines will not assign you one. Not even a random seat. They just leave it blank. And you don't find out until the very last minute. Right there at the gate, when you're already stressed, already anxious, already counting down to take off. That's when they say it. You're on standby now. One viewer shared, "My 68-year-old mother flew alone. She had a paid ticket. But at the gate, they said she didn't have a seat. They told her to wait. She ended up flying hours later. Scared, exhausted, and alone." Another said, "My partner and I bought tickets together. They split us up. When we asked to sit together, they said, 'You should have paid for seat selection.'" This is not an accident. This is a sales strategy. It's a silent trick. You think the paid ticket means a guaranteed experience? It doesn't. That concept is gone. Erased. Replaced with tiered perks and upsells. And the most vulnerable passengers, the elderly non-English speakers, solo travelers, they're the ones getting hit the hardest. It's not just about comfort. It's about control. It's about airlines squeezing you at every step, even after you've paid. So what's the fix? Simple. Once you book, open the airline app immediately. Check your seat status. If you don't have one, pick it. Even if it costs a little extra, at least you're not left hanging. And always take a screenshot. Because sometimes, even the app gets it wrong. Remember this: a paid ticket denied can start with something as small as no assigned seat. Coming up next. What if you thought your flight was confirmed, but then you're told you didn't check in 72 hours before? Now you're out. Let's talk about that next. You thought your ticket was the final price? Think again. $20 to print your boarding pass. $150 to change your flight. $100 because you didn't check in online fast enough. Wait, what? Yes. Welcome to the world of hidden fees, the airport's favorite surprise. And here's the worst part. These charges hit you when you're already overwhelmed. You're tired, you're stressed, you just want to get home. And then, bam! Another fee. One viewer wrote, "My mom was flying to see her grandkids. She checked in at the airport like she's always done. They charged her $100, said she should have used the app. She's 74. She doesn't use apps. She cried, and they still made her pay. This isn't customer service. This is exploitation. These aren't just fees. They're punishment for not being digital enough. And the worst offenders. They hide the fees in the fine print. You don't see them until it's too late. Want to speak to a human at the counter? That'll cost you. Need to reschedule your flight because of a family emergency? Here's a $200 penalty. The new airport rules are designed to make the digital path seem easier. But in reality, it's just cheaper for the airlines. Not better for you. They call it modernization. But what it really means is less service, more stress, and you paying for their convenience. And it's not just the tech-savvy who are affected, it's the elderly. It's non-English speakers. It's people who don't travel often and trust the old way still works. Traveling used to feel like freedom. Now it feels like a trap. So, what can you do? First, research your airline before you book. Read the hidden policies. Know what services cost extra. Second, use fee tracking apps and forums. There are entire communities tracking which airlines charge what. Third, advocate. Help your parents, your grandparents. Don't let them walk into a financial ambush at the gate. And finally, share your story. Because the more people speak up, the more pressure airlines feel to change. The new airport rules won't disappear overnight, but we can stop pretending they're normal. Coming up next, I'll wrap it all together. What have we learned? And how can you make sure you stay in control of your next flight? Let's finish strong. If you've made it this far, you're ahead of the game, because now you know what most travelers only find out when it's too late. We've exposed the truth, that a paid ticket no longer means you'll actually fly. That new airport rules are quietly changing the way we travel without telling us, and that convenience is often just another word for control. You've seen it. Facial recognition that fails, seats that vanish, fees that appear out of nowhere, and travelers, just like you, left behind, confused, humiliated, and angry. And here's the thing, it's not your fault. You're not stupid. You're not outdated. You were simply never warned. But now, you've got the warning and the power to act. Print your boarding passes, charge your phone, double-check your seat, read the fine print, speak up when something feels wrong, and most of all, help someone else who may not even know what's coming. Because if there's one thing these new airport rules have proven, it's that silence helps the system, but awareness, that protects people. Your voice matters. Your story matters. Here's what I want you to do right now. If this video helped you, even just a little, hit that like button, subscribe, so you don't miss the next breakdown that could save your trip. And drop a comment below. Have you ever experienced something like this? Have you or someone you love ever been denied a flight, even with a paid ticket? Let's build a community where travelers are informed, where people are not taken advantage of, where flying feels fair again. Because travel is supposed to be freedom, not a test you didn't know you had to pass. And now, you're ready. Safe travels. And I'll see you in the next video.